So today we're going to be talking all about great storage ideas and ways to declutter your bath. Coming up next. So today I'm actually in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm visiting my daughter, and she moved to a new apartment a little less than a year ago. And one of the things she did when she moved was a massive declutter, and then she reorganized everything with some really good ideas. So I'm going to go over some of those with you to give you some examples. She also just called me a really annoying YouTuber. Can you believe that? So anyway, let's get started. So the bathroom is really one of the toughest area, especially for a lot of women, to keep decluttered. So one of the things that we talk about a lot when we talk about decluttering is the fact that clutter is just the fact that things don't have a place. So one of the things when Jen moved over to this apartment was she was really careful about being super organized in her bathroom. Don't get me wrong, she's always super organized. She did not get that gene from me, but she is always super organized. So we're going to go over a few things that might help you too. Now here you can see there are things on top of the counter. There's nothing wrong with that. But one of the things you'll really notice is how organized they are. Notice the clear container. Even if you have things that are on top of your countertop, giving them a place to live where it looks neat can be a great solution for you. Now her sink has great cabinets and drawers. Even if yours doesn't, we're going to talk about several different things you can do to increase your space and organize your space. But let's look and see how Jen has her drawers fixed. You'll notice in each one of these drawers there are bins that hold things, and everything is super organized. It has its place, every single thing. Makeup is a big one for most ladies. Having a bin, even if you normally just lay things on the counter, just having a bin in a drawer or a bin on top of the counter can really organize what looks like a big cluttered mess most of the time. She uses her makeup right out of this drawer and puts it right back in, so it's always neat and tidy. Here again, more bins. She loves bins, as do I. And the bottom drawer here is really for things that don't fit into bins. The curling iron, some bags, things of that nature. Now when you think about under your cabinets, bins are super helpful. But you also notice she has a little command hook right here. You can take anything, for example, something like this, and hang it on the inside of your cabinets. This is a great way if you do not have a lot of under-counter space. A really great way to increase your space is to have these little command hooks and hang things in bags that are clear. Oh look, more bins. Don't you love this? Everything has its place, everything has a bin. This cabinet is for the things that don't really fit in the other cabinets. You can see hairspray, lotion, those sorts of things. Now in Jen's bathroom, she actually has a little closet. But even if you don't have an in-bathroom storage area for linens, or if you only have maybe a coat closet somewhere else in your house, you can convert that into a storage area for linens. And let me show you how that would work. In Jen's closet, the apartment that she lives in came with these wire racks. Now you don't have to install wire racks, especially if you live in an apartment. That can be problematic. But you can get a little freestanding wire rack anywhere you shop and insert it into here without damaging any of the walls and still have this same organized appearance. Now you'll notice on Jen's shelf, she has her linens, her bed linens. She has some additional bed linens up here as well as some bins, Kleenex storage. Down here are her towels. Here where she has her wash rags, another bin. How neat and tidy is that? That looks great, and it keeps them very organized. Another bin here, storage for paper products, and a little bin for the floor. So these are great ideas for you to keep things very organized. And here again, if you have a coat closet, you can convert it with just a simple freestanding rack into this same idea. Now, many people actually have a clothes closet in their bathrooms, as does she. So we're going to talk about that just because we're here, not because we're doing closets today, but just because we're here. Now, I do want to stress, Jen decluttered a lot of things before she moved here. And that's a really big point because she was really transitioning from the post-college age into full adult apartment. But the same is true if you're doing the opposite. If you are transitioning from a larger home, a larger space, into your retirement space, decluttering before you get there is certainly the way to go. Now, this closet also has these wire shelves. She can increase her storage by adding other wire racks if she so chooses. But one of the things she has done is utilize large bins, like for her Christmas decorations, suitcase, things she doesn't use very often. And you'll notice with her clothing, it is sectioned out. She is a nurse, so her scrubs are on that end, by shirts and by pants. Her regular casual clothes are right here. And then she has her nicer clothes over here. My daughter is not a clothes horse, as you can tell. That's really to her advantage, honestly. It's a great thing that she was able to cut everything down and keep it so organized. And her closet always looks like this. This little bit of anal retentiveness right here, yeah, that is not my genetic makeup. That is from her father, because he did this same thing. And it's funny how your children will naturally do some of the same things that you or your partner may do, and they bring it forward into their own homes. Now, this right here, this pillowcase, I do want to talk about this for a little bit. If you have quilts, if you have Afghans, anything like that, this is something I learned from my grandmother. Always use an old pillowcase. Put them in an old pillowcase. They can breathe. They won't get dry rot. They don't get dusty. It's less likely that they get snagged or anything like that. This is actually an Afghan I made for Jen a short while ago. And of course she lives in North Carolina where it's very hot. So it stays stored most of the year. But it's really safe in this pillowcase. Great storage idea. Now, I also want to talk about one other thing. As organized as my child is, there is evidence she's truly my child. Because in this closet, there is an unfinished yarn project. This is a project she has had, she said, for about 2 years and has not done it. So we're going to see what we can do with this super chunky yarn while I'm here. And whatever we make out of it, I will give you a photograph at the end of this video. But really, no matter what your situation, there are many ways to organize your space, even if it's a very small space. The use of bins, shelving, even removable shelving will give you much more storage space. And remember, the reason it seems cluttered is because things don't have a home. So this will allow you to give them a home and keep that nice clutter-free space. And by the way, I do want to give a shout out to Lena Dania. She is an artist and she has a tutorial. This is a little dogwood painting I did for Jen's bathroom. It's a great tutorial if you've ever wanted to try oil painting. And so you can hop over to her channel and be sure and tell her I sent you. And so this is what we ended up making. We decided this could be a decorative piece. It's very, very heavy and tightly woven. I crocheted it with double crochet. And it is a beautiful piece for the back of her couch, which as you can see is all gray. Or she can also use it as a rug. Either way. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.